Testing, testing, one, two, three. GPC. Good morning, good morning. So I see GPCR is up here 76% on the board right now. It is a little bit bigger mover, but it looks like it has some kind of lower float. I'll go and check that in a minute. Sub reliable. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the stream, and I don't know if you're gonna be streaming today, but yeah, I'm gonna hit you up later on with the details. I was literally texting you, and I looked over and saw the time. I was like, "Uh-oh." But yeah, GPCR, 66 bucks, but definitely moving well. Let me look at what kind of news they have on today. GPCR, Structured Therapeutics announces positive results for phase 1B clinical study of oral GLP-1 receptor agonist. Okay. I have to go and get some simpler terms for this. But they got some good trial data. Apparently they're a larger price stock, has been going up for quite a while. Did they just recently open or something this year? February? Looks like it. Let me go and I'm gonna go and pop up something. No, reliable. So what that is, the there's a couple of updates that you need to do to your Discord, and I can show you how to do that. It's trust me, it's solvable. Definitely solvable. You're not blocked. I've had a couple occasions where it's done that to me as well. But the thing that I was looking at yesterday was AXLA. It did give me a nice move, man. I mean, a really nice move. So my entry position, my average position, I started entering very small, around the nine, right under the 950s. I was looking for 950s to hold, and I had a small size, and I continued to enter around the $9 to kind of bring down what I had, and then I entered some at the 873s. And this thing got going, and it gave me a big pop up here to the 972s. Now I was looking for a price target of 969, so I actually got my price target moved there, and I was only able to get about 460 shares on this thing. I collected about maybe like 25 shares in this section because I wasn't sure. And then after I saw this drop, I added another 25 down here around the 9, which left me at 50 shares. And then I really started adding in above this, not right around this, as long as it was holding this 850 to the 460. And it gave a pop up, and I was like, okay, here we go. Right on this candle right here. Uh, where's my circle? Oval. Right on this candle right here, it gave a pop up and it slammed down. I said, oh no, this is not going to be good. And so, but then it held up and made a higher low. And I was like, okay, cool, cool. And then all of a sudden it boomed up from 883 all the way up here to 972. And I was like, okay, that's price target. And so I started chipping off some, chipping off some. And then it slammed down as I was chipping off. And I'm like, what in the world? And so it actually ended up on this candle slammed from this 972 all the way back down to $9 even, which stopped me out of the rest of my position. But I was taking now I took two, I think I took two trades in total though on this one. I actually got in here and I sold on a failing trade. Let me move this. I believe I sold on the new low here. So I was in here maybe like, I don't know what I had, like maybe 100 shares, and I saw this dump and it stopped me out on this first breakdown of the 950. And then I saw it come down and it held on this second candle right here, and I start adding very small size around this 9. So overall my average price came out to $9. It gave me some pops. It was very it was a lower volume, but it was the range that I was looking for, and it was giving those moves, and it actually went from $9 all the way up here to 10.72. I was not expecting that move. My price target to get out was 9.69. Just get a 69-cent winner on 400 something shares and be done with it, right? But that thing kept pushing. So that was the trade that I was looking at yesterday, and let me pull up. Let me look at some of these call outs. Jimmy says APRN. APRN. Oh, there's another one that I want to look back over that One Life called out. It was a dividend stock, APRN. Ooh, that's flat. It just bounced up there. I don't know where it could go, but it looks like they got some kind of news on APRN. Let me see. What is their news? APRN up 133%. Their news is looking like, let's see. Well, they got a lot of news this morning, don't they? Okay. Food delivery startup wonder to acquire med kit maker or meal kit maker Blue Apron. So they're getting acquired as acquisition. Blue Apron announces agreement to be acquired. Blue Apron announces agreement to be acquired at $13 per share. Okay, so that's an acquisition. Let's see. Interesting though. What was I saying? Oh yeah. One Life. One Life had called out one. Now there's two plays that I'm gonna be watching for my upcoming dividends. I know I don't go over my dividends a lot, but let me just give you two of them that I was looking at. One is NEP. If you're into dividends, of course, I'm looking to get paid every month. And another one is the one that One Life had called out, BEN. That these two plays look very, very intriguing. One, this NEP right here, if you look at these two bottoms at $30 here, it has literally come right down to this bottom on NEP, and also has previous trading around this level. So I'm watching this one to see where it wants to go. It has a little trading range, maybe to down to like the $20 here, but I'm definitely watching this NEP. It is an energy stock. They have multiple. Let me actually pull up the profile. I don't want to speak out and not be right. But NEP, Next Era Energy. Go to the profile. It is a utilities and I guess renewable, whatever that stands for. Next Era Energy Partners LP acquires, owns, and manages contracted clean energy products in the United States. It owns a portfolio of contracted renewable generation assets consisting of wind, solar, and battery storage products, or not products, projects, as well as contracted natural gas pipeline assets. Next Era Energy Partners LP was incorporated in 2014, is headquartered in Juno Beach, Florida. So definitely, I was definitely looking at this thing coming down to prices, or not recent, but previous lows. This is 2015 back here. 2016, it was around this level again. And now here in 2023, we're approaching these levels again. So I'm definitely watching NEP. The other call out from One Life the other day was BEN. I did not get to go over it. It was the end of the stream, but let's look at that real quick. We got a little bit of time on the board. So BEN, I was also looking at different levels down here that it could play around. Of course, this had a low of around $15-16 multiple times. This is back in 2004, 2009, 2020, and now we're here, and I'm thinking it can actually, he was looking for the 24s. I'm thinking it can actually come down here towards the 20s. If it comes down towards the 20s, I'll be very interested in getting a little piece on Ben. And so that's definitely interesting to me. But those two plays are two dividend plays. I believe Ben is quarterly dividend, and NEP is a quarterly dividend as well. NEP is NEP pays out a dividend of 85 cents per quarter, and Ben pays out 30 cents per quarter. And I've also been keeping HE on watch as well. Reliable says NEP needs to cut that dividend. Bro, that's why I want them to come down lower and show me what they got. But as of now, they are at previous like visible lows, like looking at the charts. So, just interested, not in it yet. I'm not in either one of them. Just analyzing and looking for those future plays. Let's look at Reliable says with that new, I wouldn't play it with it. Ben is a lot better than NEP, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah. Well, either one, I like them, but I think Ben can come down a little bit more. But anyway, looking at the scans today, GPCR up to $62, up 66%. Moving those full dollars, average true range of $2.16. And then Reliable was I was referring to APRN for the one I wouldn't play around with today. Oh yeah, APRN. I don't know about that one. It's 133. It's acquisition and it's sitting absolutely flat on the day as well. Acquisitions. I mean, for a day trade, I think splits work better than acquisitions. When things split and they, maybe either they are buying back shares or something like that, or either they do a reverse stock split or something, that's a little bit more catalyst for us, a little bit more juice. This one, what I notice excites people is big bars. This one has a little bar. I mean, even though it gapped up here and it's a lot of empty space, this thing has a bar from what 1196 up to the 1277, which is some pretty good range. But people are attracted to those big visual bars. They're like, oh my goodness, if I can see this, everybody can see this. This empty space, I don't know how exciting that it can be for people. Even if you're looking on different platforms, you'll see a gap up with the empty space. And I always think about what stimulates people or what stimulates traders to trade a specific ticker, right? And a lot of times it's those big, obvious, giant bars. And it's those big, the volume, the big obvious bars, all of that stuff kind of meshes together. You really can't look at just one thing. But with the acquisition like that, I don't know how much you can get out of it, especially with them being acquired so close to this price. The price that they were getting acquired at was $13. They're at $12.83. I mean, how much higher can it go? They got bought at 13, so I don't know. Maybe if people were in this thing at down here at $6 and now they're sitting at 13, maybe they're like, oh yeah, we made money. But for anybody that's just trying to trade this, I really don't know about a day trade on it. Another mover from yesterday that a lot of people was watching was BNOX. BNOX. Now I was watching this one as well, but I favored AXLA because of the range that it could give. It had an average true range of about $4.73. And of course, you know what I'm looking for. I already showed y'all guys how I calculate this. So I take whatever the average true range is, and I say, okay, if it's $4.73, I want to capture, 25 cents or 25% of this move. So if you put that on there, what is 25%? $1.18. And if we jump back over here to AXLA, it actually works out pretty good, right? Because my entry price, now I didn't even take all of this, but the entry price was $9 flat. It actually went up to what? $11. So that, I think that covers the $1.18 25% move, right? Of the total move, I believe. let's see, 118, and it moved from $9 to the 11, and that's a $2 move. So yeah, it covered the average true range. So we played the range and we got the little divots. Reliable says APRN isn't going to give any movement. Actually, I've seen scenarios where the acquisition gets canceled and the price tanks. Yeah, that could happen too. So you just got to be careful out here in these streets with acquisitions, because deals. Well, the thing is, they've already signed the deal. They've already signed the agreement. So I don't know if they can pull out. It's not like it's still in. It's not like it's still in the works. I think they actually signed the agreement, but even then, you never know what can happen with these stocks. Nike is up today. What is going on with Nike? Up 90, wait, up 10%. I said 90. It's at $98. NKE. Let's see if they have any news over here. Nike looking like it is up. Accenture, Micron, Technology, and 3 stocks. Market Watch, Adidas, Puma. What is their news for today? Nike, Carnival, and 3 stocks to watch heading into Friday. Man, I remember one of the first trades that I ever took was Foot Locker, man. And it was a great trade. I took one and I really didn't know a lot about. I think it was a swing trade. And it was, I don't know if it was an options play though, but I think it was, I can't remember if it was an option, but they had came out with these while I was in it, they came out with these new shoes or something. They got some kind of I forgot if they were Jordans or what kind of deal they got, and that thing, it just ran. Let me look. I think it's FL for Foot Locker. Yeah, Foot Locker. And I was trading this thing. Actually, I'd rather look at it on Street Smart Edge because it's better for that. So I can zoom back. So I actually got in this thing. I think it was 2000. Might have been around 2014 when I took that first trade on it. It was already had, and that was when I was really heavily playing trends. I was like, okay, this thing is uptrending. I'm just going to get in here and see if this thing can hold the uptrend. And I forgot where I was actually looking at where all the lines was, but I got in here at about around $40, and it ended up pushing all the way up here to the 76, and I got scared and I sold. I sold around. I think I sold around like this. It was like 75s or something like that. I was like, because I was big on trend lines and I was big on like the 25, 25 cents, 50 cents, whole dollar, quarter dollar, even $25. Those quarter levels. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sell here. So that was a pretty good trade. That was like one of the first ones I took, and that thing took a while. I was holding that for quite a while. And I don't think that was options play either. I think it was just a straight security play. But yeah, looking around the market, it is 818. AXLA is back up, but today it does not have the volume that it had yesterday. So I'm probably going to leave it alone. Oil. Let me jump over here to oil real quick. Oil is at 92.32, just consistently holding up these 90s. We just want to see that movement continue out here. It actually hit a high of 95.03 looks like, and just has been making its way above the 90s. So still holding my little oil plays as well. Low flow oil plays. But right now, looks like Nike and GPCR are the ones that got that range that I like, and they're getting a little bit of volume. But looking at Nike's daily chart, I didn't even look over here at the daily chart. Nike. So Nike had a previous low down here of the $82. Does Nike pay a dividend? They do pay a quarterly dividend. But yeah, had a dividend down here at the 82. Had quite a bit of a drop here during COVID down here. So I'm thinking maybe it won't go down there anymore. It came down here to like $60 during COVID. But right now, playing around with these 80 levels, so I would like to see it actually get a full touch and test of this 80 level as it's coming down for Nike. I did not know they did a dividend, but I guess, people be out here. And let me pop back over to GPCR. GPCR hit a high up here of $82 and now is down at the 62 resistance level. Does it have any obvious levels that can be traded on GPCR? Looks like it has some type of uptrend here, but I can't really draw it obviously. It's just not super obvious. So we want to do things that's super obvious. We see these two touches down here at the 25s. Also some consolidation around the 31s down here. And that looks like where it actually ended up bouncing across the board, that consolidation. And then did a breakout of the 3630. So I don't know what GPCR wants to do. It has 1 million shares on board and looking kind of hungry. Up 67% right now. Lori, Reliable says put Femi on that list. I traded that yesterday. Femi, FEMO. Type that wrong. FEMY. Where'd it go? Femi. So looking at the daily chart on Femi, this one has been definitely holding above the $1 support level. Let's look back and see, does that align with anything else? So it looks like it was a previous test point under the 200 moving average. If we look back further, we can see some bounces here on the $1 back, even back here. So we like to see those multiple touches at that level, on like a history of touches at that level. That's why I like to zoom in to the daily chart and then kind of zoom back in the, and this is one of the things that I hope that they transfer over to TOS, or either just bring some of TOS's features over here, because I love to be able to zoom in and out like this freely. TOS, you have to like use the sliding bar alone to do this, and I like to just be able to zoom just like on Street Smart. But yeah, $1, it reached a high of 179 up there. What is the price right now? It is at 184. So still above the previous closes. Little bit of resistance up there at the 181. Okay, we have about 8 minutes to the bell. We got a couple of movers. APRN, I don't really know if I'm going to be watching that one out of the open, even though it's up 133%. It's acquisition, and it's just not the opportunity that I think is going to be super worth it. But we will watch some things with some big bars. We'll watch some things with a little bit of volume. Femi has 9 million shares on it already. Or wait, am I looking at the right? Femi has 9 million shares on it already. Let's see the SPY breaking back over the 430s as well. So a lot of things to look at, a lot of things on watch, but I'm interested to see how some of these things play out. Of course, Nike, I don't know if I want to buy it this close to 100. I might let that thing drop. If it can drop through those levels down there of that 80, then I might get more interested. I like to see structure break a lot of times with the longer term plays. Let the structure break and then look for new consolidation, or new news or something. But I really haven't heard a lot of news about Nike, so I don't really know. Or maybe I just haven't been focused over there. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, anything else over here on the scans I want to go over? We looked at the SPY. We looked at oil coming back towards the 92s. Is this gold? What is this? What is GC? I think that's gold. Whatever. Gold taking a little dip down there if that's gold. Natural gas, I for sure know natural gas has been testing up here, trying to break over $3, but it has not quite got that yet. Reliable says not my cup of tea, but ENPH. No, ENPH is definitely my cup of tea. It's an energy play, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I was actually talking to my uncle. He had visited like last week or a week before or whatever, and that was one of the things he was looking at was EMPH um on this bottom. Trust me, we've been watching. EMPH is definitely on the radar. But it's coming to these previous lows here right at the 120s, and definitely has the interest of many people at these bottoms here. We've been watching. And the thing is, for me, I'm not just looking for dividend plays. A lot of times when I'm looking through stuff, I'm not just looking for myself. I know other people that may be interested in something. So if I see it, I'm like, that's a pretty good setup. That's a um pretty good risk to reward on that one. Even if it's not paying dividends, you can still give it a go and see what you can get. Of course, we see the highs. The highs up here are what, 350s, and it's right now at the 120s. I believe this is an energy play. Let me go look, make sure. Solar energy, yeah. Solar energy. And that's one thing that I have been noticing. A lot more people have been getting solar energy and setting up solar farms, even here in Mississippi. Clinton, Mississippi, they're trying to work on getting a full farm built out and all that stuff. Because Mississippi, I mean, it's sunny. Like it's sunny. We have some cloudy days, but man, when it is sunny, it is crazy. You can definitely get some skin damage out there real quick. Let's see. Reliable says just keep churning profits into it until the position is built. Yeah, that's what I pretty much do for my longer term plays. You had solid buys on PayPal yesterday as well. I'll buy it every time it sets up under 60. Yeah, I saw PayPal too. I was looking at that for, I think it had popped up on one of my scans, and was looking into it. Let's see, PayPal, PYPL. Did that go in? PYPL. Yep, right under the 60s, right off of these bottoms, 58s. Yeah, PayPal is definitely one that I really like that stock. I really like PayPal in general. I use it pretty much exclusively. I really don't trust anything like, Cash App or any of those other ones. I'd rather just use PayPal. Um, let's see, PayPal, and did you have another call out? Baba. Of course, Baba. Baba's gonna be out there. We have 3 minutes until the open bell. Let's see. Haven't been streaming. Okay, so let's see. Drifter, hey Rudy, all good. Was wondering where you were. How are you, man? Rudy's been on the grind, man. Y'all don't know, man. Rudy's a real killer out here. A lady killer. No, I'm kidding. He be working though. PayPal doesn't really have any level until the 40s. I just don't see it getting there. Big buyback program to the 40s. You think it can get to the 40s? Possibly. They got some previous trading down there. But I mean, PayPal at 40, man, that's gonna be looking real sweet, real sweet. So might be looking into that one, seeing what kind of news comes out on it, because I really like PayPal for the longer term. Of course, we see the highs have been up there to 312s at some points. So let's see. It actually looks like it went up during COVID. Of course it did, because everybody was shut in and probably locked and loaded on Amazon all day. But yeah, a lot of interesting plays today. We have Femi that was called out 25% gainer. GPCR. Of course, we saw Nike up 10%, um, and a couple of other ones, but we're gonna see which one wants to be the one. Femi has the most volume right now, so we'll actually see what that does first. We have about a minute not even a minute. We got 15 seconds until the open. And we're going to see what the day wants to bring. All right, so Femi opening up 189, getting a boost right out. The top side of this was 211s. Right up there. Let's see if it can go ahead and break resistance right out of the open. 205s up 36 something percent. Right up there to that resistance, and a pop down. Small pop down, trying to hold up the $2 right now. Go ahead and clean up the zone. I only want things that are getting that volume right now. So we're going to come back and look at some of these later. I need to add EMPH to my other watch list. Oh, I already added it. Never mind, I added it. So we will come back and look at that later. AXLA already getting hit. Does not have the volume that I like on the day. NEP. BABA. All right, PayPal. Oh well, PayPal is not really looking bad. I mean, it's trying to get over 60. But yeah, interesting little ripper. BNOX mover from yesterday, just now making it over a million. GPCR immediately down. I don't know how far it's going to come down. That is a big gap up though. Previous high was 82s for resistance. And came down and hit this level here. We'll see if it can break down this 50. Well, no, that's a lower low. This low was 58.41. This low was 58.30. So it did break for a new low. And I think it's probably going to have a little bit more to come down since it did break. People are going to see that and be like, oh, let's give it some time. All right, we got a couple of other things popping up here on TOS Scanner that have the range. We got Google popping through. Let's look for things that are getting a little bit more movement. Actually, let's check the SPY on the open. SPY is still over the 430s. Looks like it's headed down a little bit. Had a little bit of a gap up here. And looking good, you know. Let's go and grab Apron, GPCR. And also I have two other scanners down here, which is gainers. I see FEMI, I see APRN there. So one of the things that I've noticed is I want to keep up with the winners and the losers, because the losers, a lot of times, especially if they're dividend stocks and they're dropping, I want to know. I want to know those things are dropping, man, because I like to take full time to study up on that particular stock and see where the levels are and where I want to enter, especially when it gaps down a whole lot. And if the reasoning isn't valid, like it just gapped down, it's like some kind of crazy reasoning, like with HE got a little lawsuit because of the Hawaiian fires. I'm like, you know, I'm interested in that kind of stuff. So I kind of built two scanners here, one for the percent losers and one for the percent gainers there. But right now we see FEMI up to 40%. FEMI getting over that resistance, testing over that resistance now. And we still got Nike up there. I'm gonna keep on watch for later on. NKE. And I'll go ahead and remove that for now though. Okay, BNOX coming on down. GPCR. FEMI. So FEMI is looking like the number one stock. It's got 17 million shares traded up here, testing right above this previous resistance level up to the 225s. This breakout was from the 211s up to the 224s. Nice little breakout. Femi has a relative volume or a average, not relative volume. It has an average true range of 25 cents. So on a play like this, I'd be like, okay, well, if it's got 25 cents, right? And I'm looking for 25% of the move, I'd be looking for a 6 cent winner. So I'm pretty sure there are some traders out there taking those 6 cent winners back and forth. This move over here was from 212. And the first 6 cents would have probably been 212 to 218. Next 6 cents could have been over 20 up to this 26. So 6 cent little scalps in there for that 25% of the move. And that's just kind of how I calculate it. I don't really know how other people calculate it, but it's just easier for me to try to aim for something that is doable, you know, something that is well within the range of the whole range. Let's see what else is popping up here. So Nike coming on down. A Firm is another one that is up there. Reliable says, you know, I come with the bangers. Femi is the one, huh? So when it comes to entries and exit for y'all, what kind of gain are y'all looking for? How do y'all calculate the gain? Are you looking for 6 cents? Are you looking for 10 cents? Or how are you doing that? Are you doing it by just the levels? If it gets to, and I don't even know on Femi, the next level would be, I don't even know where a level would be. Maybe like up here, because some people, they just take profit once it hits the level that they're looking for, which is a super patient way to do it because it can go down first before it goes up. But yeah, I don't know. I just calculate it like that for, especially for day trading. I really don't do that same calculation for my long term plays. I just, long term, I don't care. I'm like, look, you do what you want to do. I believe in this idea. I'm getting in and I'm going to take profit when in the future. Or maybe not, especially for the dividend. I might just continue to hold it. Anyway, Femi came back down, tested this previous resistance at the 212s. Reliable says, I determined the look of the candle and matched that to the volume. Okay, okay. So for this first candle, there is 10 million shares traded on this first 15-minute candle. GPCR pulling back up there as well. Really, really bullish looking on GPCR. I may take a little, let's see. It's held this 59.15. I may let this close. It did form, and this, I believe this is the one that made the lower low. Yeah, this is the one that made the lower low. So I'll see what that wants to do towards the lows. If it can break down, great. But you know, I think it can definitely give some move. It's up 65% as of now. Trying to stay away from going all the way. I think below 58, I would really lose. I wouldn't be able to stomach it below that 58 level. It's got to hold that. But where is 58? 58. Oh no, never mind. 58's, you know, it's within it. It just looked different on the daily chart. Maybe 53s. Test of 53s. Could be a little bit of support. But let me actually look at the new. Oh, this is the one that had the $3 million private placement equity financing. Let me pull that up. So let's see. Structured Therapeutics had positive results for its phase 1B clinical study. Structured Therapeutics announces a $3 million private placement. What was the price of that? 3 ordinary shares at $12.49 per share. How is that possible? What? Based on the closing price of 37.47. I don't know. Why is they so low per share? Maybe I'm not looking at this the whole way, but it's coming on down. So just gonna let it do its thing. PayPal continuing to push up back towards 60. Baba pushing up as well. Had a gap up from the 85s up here to the 87s. And FEMI still right around this level. So this candle will close in about 5 minutes. And I'm wondering, how strong or how big of a wick it's going to form out here if it's able to hold up. 23 million shares traded on it. Its average year to date volume is 2,700,800 something shares, and it is well above that with a pretty high R-vol out here. R-vol of 2.57. Now the R-vol we usually look for is above 3 to 5 rather. It's still below that, so it's getting that volume, but I don't know how thickly traded this thing is going to be, especially for the wins that I would be looking for. Let's see. Let me read some of these chats. Reliable says, wait a minute. So this candle close on FEMI is big. If it closes as solid green, if it closes as solid green, am I tripping? Oh yeah. Will the volume be matched on the candle number 2? And does the candle take out the high? Okay. If the volume is matched and the high is taken out, I'm looking for roughly an equal size green candle. If the volume goes red, I'd be looking for 3 red candle pullback. Okay. You may get that on FEMI. And then let's see, reliable called out NVAX 750 break was pretty clean. NVAX. Oh yeah. Okay, so zoom back a little bit. NVAX hit a bottom down here. Looks like it's just got a trading level right here at the $7. Looks like. So we could put support at 7. Possibly. That's not concrete, and that does not mean that's actually going to hold. But it actually broke 7 and reclaimed it and has been bouncing above 7 all of this time. I do not know if it has any news. Let's pop over and see if we got news on here. NVAX says they have a lightning round. Wait, what? This is 9/28. This was yesterday. Lightning round tech rally will invigorate ARM, says Jim Cramer. Oh, well. Canada approves use of Pfizer and BioNTech COVID-19 booster. Okay, so a couple of COVID things. Novavax EMA director Emmer Cook says received an application for Novavax monoclonal or monovalent vaccine targeting XBB. Okay, subvariant. Little COVID news. All right, but FEMI is still holding here. 2 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. We see the SPY heading back towards the 430s. Looking on the daily chart, will it be able to hold out of this 430.25 or will it continue this downtrend? This is Friday, so sometimes we see a little bit of sell-off end of the week. Some people take profit out of the market. So we got to be mindful of that as well. GPCR coming back down and testing this bottom again right at the low of the right under the 60s, and has a bottom down here all the way to the 52s. I don't really know where it could go, but it does have 58% up there. We're getting some more movers. VSME up 30%, 34%. VSME. And edit. What in the world? What is edit? Is VSME oh, this is a new stock. Okay. So this is a new stock here popping into existence. VSME opened yesterday, got a pop up here. I don't know what kind of company this is. We can go and look real quick. This is a advertising agency. Ooh, and it's based out of Hong Kong. Communication services founder. Okay, so Holding Limited, an investment holding company, operates a network of digital creators who create and upload content to social media platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. The company was founded in 2013 and they just recently IPO'd. So VSME right now has about 1 million shares traded, has a top side of what, $7 here. But new to the game, we don't know what that thing wants to do. I don't know if you have a strategy for IPOs. You know, it can be useful at times. And then what is edit? What is edit? Thing got up. Ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that, man. It needs a little help on the daily. Coming back down, 783s there. I don't know if edit's gonna be something to be played. Where's Femi? Femi's still coming up, and so this is what Reliable was talking about. He said he looks for volume on this first candle. This was a 16 million share candle. Secondary candle coming out with 1 million shares traded so far. Has a high of 227, where it got kind of. And his question is, can it break out of this high? So the high here is 230s, right around the 230s. We'll see what it wants to do. VWAP right now is what it's sitting on. 183 is what it doesn't want to break down. It's struggling right there to not break that. Actually, not 183. 214 is VWAP. So it's 4 cents away. We'll see what happens if it clips down. Will people lose their heart? A lot of times when people lose their heart, that gives a space for new buyers to come in. So we'll see. Looking around. Okay, 60s. Femi, man, Femi continues to press. It's only 10 cents away from this breakout that you were looking for. We shall see. And I guess your risk right now will be what, the 212s, 210s? Pushing up there, double top right there. Double top. But still holding this range, holding above the 2s. And how much volume's on this candle still? 2 million shares now. So in comparison to the first candle, 16 million shares traded. This one's got a little bit almost to, well, we'll see what it looks like at 8 million if it gets there, because that'll be half. But then again, you may be trading on a different time frame, which would make yours different. You know, your volume's different. This is the 15-minute for me. You may be trading the 5 and the 1 or something like that. Reliable says volume too light for me to take high break. There's a little bit of a break. I mean, what was that, a 1 cent breakout? There's the break of the 30. Very kind of weak break. Not a big explosion through there. But it may be a slower mover. Let's see if we can see some 35s come up here on the tape. Okay, crashing back down, 26, 24, 20s, 20s. Will it go back into the teens? There's 21s. So holding up quite a bit. Right above this 210 level. So had to break out and now give a continuation push. It looks like it's going to give the continuation push. 50% up right now. GPCR ended up coming on down into these levels. 51 coming on down. I saw it break that lower to a lower low earlier, and I was like, that thing may have a little room, because usually if they're gonna go up, they don't really break lower, you know, they kind of just go up. But yeah, GPCR down quite a bit. on the day does not mean it's going to stay down. Still up 46%. With a average true range of $4. So at that average true range, what would be something that I'm looking for on this one? Maybe $4. So 4 times 25. I'd be looking for a $1 winner on that one. But it's 60 bucks, so I mean, just gotta be, I guess you could take smaller size, but I'd be looking for a dollar winner off that. Baba still doing his thing. B-Nox wasn't able to go anywhere. Probably gonna go and continue downward now. Oh my goodness, Femi gave the little pullback and absolutely ripped that top side. Ripped it. So right through the 30s all the way up to the 247s. So this move was what, 228 up to the 246. A lot of little 6-cent winners that could have been made here. And I know scalpers are going in on this, but of course, this one is not in my criteria set. If you are making money on this one, congratulations. But at least we're in the right spot looking at what is moving on the day. Not really seeing anything else that is doing what Femi is doing. Let's read some of the chats. Wait a minute. It has to wash out top for me maybe in a few more minutes. Maybe I'm biased because I had the 125 break yesterday. There is your equal size green candle. Yeah. Well, usually like what I've seen on breakouts is they'll break out and then they'll slam. And then if they're strong, they will get back up there. So I guess the strategy would be not to buy the breakout, but buy the slam. Because that thing slammed back here all the way to 210s for a little bit and then got going. So for the people that put their got in on this breakout and had their stop right at the 225s, they're like, okay, this $0.25 is gonna hold. They're out. They got out quick. But looking like 250 coming into question here. There's 50s on the tape, 52s, 53s, 37 million shares traded. This one now has over 8 million, so it got over the halfway point of the volume of the previous candle, which was 16 million, and now this one's over 8 million. So still got some time on it, about 8 minutes on this candle. And GPCR getting on down there to this bottom, right around the $50 level, down 16% on the day. And with it being Friday, I don't know what that thing wants to do. Let's actually read some. So I got a couple of low floats that are up here, and these are floats that are typically have outstanding shares under 100 million. GCT's up here, up 11%, making its way. Had quite a bit of a drop down, came down here to this bottom around 7s, but has quite a bit of a downtrend against it. UPST is also up here with the million shares traded. FFIE, GPCR, and Apron. So a couple of stocks to look at. We look at TV here. This is pretty much all of the stocks with range that I like to look at. And then our top gainers there, and we don't really have losers. So my gainers and losers scanners are looking for anything that is below negative 10%. So it's down more than 10%. So we don't really have big red on the day. And then for the gainers, anything above 10%. I just kind of like to keep up with those catalysts and see what they are trying to do into the next week. And I really don't really care about the float of these. I just want to see, hey, are you above or below? Jump back over to Femi. Gave them time to take profit all the way up there to the 250s. And now it seems to be the time for a little bit of pullback. and the portion, or I believe where everybody's sitting with their stops, is right at VWAP. VWAP right now is at the 221. So I'm wondering, on a break of 221, what will that downwards move look like? How will the shorts win on this one? Okay, GPCR all the way down through the 52s. All the way down. Up 38% now. SPY still holding up those 430s. All right. Well, as of now, with it being Friday and all of that, we have about 5 minutes left on the stream. We may have a couple of changes coming through in the next coming weeks, especially for you all that are in the Discord and in certain chats and things like that. We may have a couple of changes coming through, but I'll definitely make an announcement coming up as to what we're going to be doing. What else? Today we saw a very interesting FEMI giving moves. Of course, this is why I do that little calculation, every 6 cents. And the crazy thing is 6 cents works if you can take, especially if you're over PDT, that strategy works very well. Taking 6 cents, because let's say if you're taking 2,000 shares per 6 cents. Well, 2,000 shares times your little 6 cents is what? That's $120. If you win a couple of times through here, take your 6 cents, you could quickly get up to like, $500, $600 in the day. And so that's what people are doing, is they're rotating their shares. And a lot of times we see people, they trade so much. I mean, they're sitting here with, 2,000, 3,000 shares traded, 1,000,000 shares traded. That's what they're doing. They're taking those little wins, getting those little wins. They're not looking for the home runs. And this one was 6 cents. So, definitely a lot of 6 cent plays there. Even on the short side, if you were just going for 6 cents, could have worked out for you. Edit. Not looking so great. I'm going to go ahead and pop that guy off of there. Baba's still pushing up. Is PayPal still pushing up? Nope, PayPal kind of flattened out there. But yeah, definitely a nice open. If you're going to continue trading today, definitely keep your head on a swivel. Hopefully I get my equipment in today. I'm supposed to be setting up some new stuff for kind of like a to kind of help me kind of sizing up a little bit with all of my space, because everything's just so compact. I just need some more room to stretch out, man. Have some more monitors and stuff like that, especially for the home setup. But yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. We're about to enter a whole new month. We have 2 days left, and neither one of them are trading days. So we will come back in a new month. Reliable. He will let you know what his schedule is. I don't know if he's going to be streaming today. But yeah, definitely we saw Friday's opening banger, as Reliable calls them, the bangers. And we'll keep our eyes peeled for anything that could be have some potential there in the future. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you like the content. If you want to be where, we're looking at the spots that need to be looked at. We're not out here blindly just looking around for dead stocks. And we're definitely making progress each and every day. I'm adding little bits and pieces to my I guess strategy, I guess you can call it, and learning more and more about the market as it goes. But yeah, that is it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys on Monday morning, unless there's a holiday. I don't know if there's a holiday. If there's a holiday, then it'll be whatever the next day is. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.